To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder reacts to Anthony Joshua's loss, and this is what the Bronze Bomber had to say. He said, quote, "They tried to lock me in for insurance because they knew he wasn't going to win. This is strictly a business, not a sport. There's a difference." Now, it's likely that Wilder was addressing a series of failed negotiations between the pair to secure an undisputed title fight on previous occasions. Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn had offered Wilder a deal worth around $12.5 million to secure the bout after Joshua unified the division once again when beating Joseph Parker. However, Wilder surprised Hearn with a mammoth counter offer for $50 million for Joshua, who elected to reject the offer, but it didn't initially shut down the fight. Joshua was running out of time, and Hearn tabled a new offer of $15 million to salvage the bout and hold it in the UK. The fight collapsed with Joshua left instead to fight mandatory challenger Alexander Povetkin. Of course, we know Wilder fought Tyson Fury, and they fought him again and then again, and the rest is history. Okay? But I will say this. If Deontay Wilder, if he was referring to anything recent about negotiations that recently happened with Eddie Hearn and himself, I have to remind you, not everything is about Wilder, okay? Because Wilder's manager has also went on record to state that even if Joshua loses, Joshua and Wilder would be a big money fight. So that should tell you. So if you want to talk about insurance, and this is not talking about something or negotiations that happened 3-4 years ago, when we're talking about something recent, that's what I need to remind you guys of. Because Finkel, which is the manager of Deontay Wilder, has spoke interest in the fight before Joshua took an L, because he just got beat last night, right? So a couple weeks before, Finkel had showed interest in putting a fight together with Deontay and Anthony. Okay, so I don't think that that's something that he was referring to lately, because if he is talking about something that happened recently or lately, I think he's leaving out the fact that his manager has also reached out and spoke out about his interest in having a fight with him and Anthony Joshua. So it would kind of seem one-sided to only display, hey, yeah, they knew he was going to lose. That's why they tried to secure a deal with me, which I think he might have been talking about something that happened recently, because if you're talking about something that had 4 years ago, like, you're just trying to make it all about yourself. You know, him fighting Deontay Wilder was an undisputed fight. This was a mandatory fight that he had to do anyway. So eventually Alexander Usyk would be his mandatory. So how would he know that was coming if there wasn't even... Matter of fact, Alexander Usyk was a cruiserweight at the time. So to make it only about him and, oh, you're trying to lock a fight in with him and 4 years ago wouldn't really make any sense. But then again, I don't know. I'm just covering all bases, because him saying that they knew he was going to lose a rematch, and you link that to failed negotiations with yourself on fights that didn't happen over 4 years ago, is absolutely ludicrous. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So I think Wilder might have been talking about something recently, and if so, he left out the point that his manager's trying to make that damn fight himself. So if they did reach out to Team Wilder, that meant Team Wilder had to be reaching back out. So it's a joint effort. So it's not just Joshua, hey, let's have a fight, Deontay, in case I'll get my ass beat by Usyk, so I'll have another big fight to look forward to. You know, in other words, what Wilder's suggesting is that maybe, you know, they're reaching out to us just to save face, because if I lose, my credibility loses and we need a comeback fight. So you might as well need a big name, which would make sense anyhow. But if that's the case, both guys, both sides want that fight. But, you know, of course, you don't expect Wilder to say too many good things or positive things about Anthony Joshua because they're rivals. And I think they should duke it out in the ring, and I think that should be the next big super fight. And I think it will do numbers. And if it's not in the UK, I want it to be in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? So I think that would be a very intriguing fight itself, because both guys got beat by the same guy back to back. You know, and I think that's the true redemption right there. Not Robert Helenius. Of course, you know, that sounds like an interesting fight, but it's only a comeback fight. An Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight would be somewhat of redemption. So whoever loses that is really out the door for sure. Okay, bars. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder responding to the loss of Anthony Joshua, claiming that he was insurance for Joshua in case he lost. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.